Mother's Day, Women's Day, Girl Child Day, Valentine's Day.
That's all women. This is for me. This is for me.
So I'm supposed to be paying money.
Yeah.
What do you get? What do you get? Take more time preparing the food. I keep on paying money.
No, that's
right.
You're not
Yes
getting
or no?
me.
Okay.
I'm Muslim sister. You didn't get what I said. You're trying to twist my point.
What do you mean it's not
You're not
supposed
just
to be
gonna
up
walk
to
in
him?
and just
I'm
like
talking of
determine my
appreciation is
worth.
coming from who?
You're
Who
not
is
gonna determine my
appreciating?
worth because I don't belong to you.
No.
Hey guys, this is your girl Connie Chiga. If it's the first time stepping by,
You're welcome.
and if you're a returning subscriber,
I appreciate. Mwah.
No, we don't blow kisses.
Yo,
I'm with JT, y'all. Guys, we don't blow kisses.
when we uploaded the first one, a lot of people were interested and they were like, oh, we want to know more, we want to see more videos. And then another person was like, you know what, I want to be in this. And today he's in it. And you're going to have to introduce yourself, sir.
Hi. My name is Ruben, and yeah, I just thought, hey, why not join these guys? They're in a very interesting discussion. So let's see what happens.
Go first.
I'm Alan. Cheers.
No cool.
Connie.
JT. Okay, I think let's just start from what we talked about in our first video. What did you get and what are you in agreement with? And you can add more on that.
Right.
Carry on.
So basically what I'm going to do is, I think from both sides of the story, I heard one good point that I'm just going to highlight. So for the girls that were supporting that Lobola must still continue, I like the point that they mentioned that Lobola is a dance. It's bringing two cultures, two families together, and it's a dance where these two families are getting to know each other. So, you know, we have to keep it going because it's about uniting families. That's a very good point. And then from the guys, they mentioned that it's turned into this whole business idea where I guess some families, unfortunately, it's just one of those things that's going to happen, human nature, right? Are going to take advantage of it, and it becomes a business idea or a way of making money, and you know they're going to take advantage and try to just drain as much money from the
Of course.
from the guy's wallet as they can, you know. So that's an unfortunate thing about Lobola, and I can see why they can use that to say, you know, Lobola has to be abolished because of that.
So can you explain that? Matikenyanje Vuramromo. Why should I Vuramromo?
Why should I open the mouth of the father-in-law?
Is that necessary? Is that necessary?
From the way that I want to understand this question, I feel like we say we're bringing two families together, right? And how are we going to get to know each other if we don't get to talk, we don't get to have that back and forth of saying like stuff like this? Like it's a process, right? Otherwise, if they're gonna say we want 5,000 for our daughter, so would you rather just go and just say, okay, so this is the money, like make it really a serious occasion where like, okay, here's the check, this is the money, we take you
Okay,
and we go.
in our culture we have tinetsumo. You know, to come my gashon that's koneshi.
You'd rather just come and eat?
No, that's koneshi ukama.
By eating.
Yeah.
That is true.
Ukama gashon that's koneshi. Not money. So why not just ask me to bring
The
groceries
groceries.
that we're going to eat, blah blah blah. Not money.
As we are preparing for the food, what do you expect to be doing?
Huh?
We are preparing for the food so that we start.
There is food.
Right? No. Like it's like we have these different steps. Like you have steps to guide you. When those steps are all the way done, the food is ready. You eat. So that's how come.
Everything
Okay.
has a process. It just comes down to that. Everything has a process.
No.
How it happens.
It's true. Everything has a process. The only problem that we are having is why should these processes involve money? Right? It's like you're saying, oh, pay for me to open my mouth. You should be like that. Because someone said in the comment section that when these families come together, it's not just for the benefit of the girl's family only, but everyone is gaining a family. She's gaining a family, I'm gaining a family, right? So why should it be, oh, Jimmy is the one who has to pay for my family to talk to his family. Because everyone wants to have a family. I'm sure it's by nature or even God created us that way, that we have to reproduce, we have to, have families, etc. So why now should we go through this whole process that's not even there in the Bible, I think, just to reproduce? Because at the end of the day, what we want to do is reproduce. Right?
Did you just say the Bible?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to include religion, excuse me.
Okay. But I'm saying at the end of the day, we're going to reproduce, right? Because you say, oh, if I come to your house, I'm going to carry your children. That's reproduction. Right? Everything that we are going to do is reproduction. We are going towards reproduction, because even if you buy a house, even if you buy a car, it's going to help you in reproducing another family.
It goes back to what you said, I don't know, yesterday, but then you were like, what if the wife is barren, they can't give birth?
Yes,
you can't...
it was to crush your point that they'd say that, oh, I'm going to give you,
exactly.
So you have to pay. It's like I have to pay for your womb. I have to pay for your for your eggs.
In my neutral capacity, let me just help out the ladies over here. I do think that they do have a point that what happens is that regardless of whether the babies are there or whether the woman is barren or not, let's take a situation where the babies are there, right? Automatically, they are said to have the family name of the man. They're said to have the totem of the man. That's how it works, right? So once you have paid Lobola, you have paid money to appreciate the girl's family, but that also means the babies that are being born are taking your nature and your wife, not your wife's family name, not your wife's totem, not your wife's, even when they say Tugenda Kumusha,
they always say
they are going,
yeah,
exactly. So you're going to, what the children call Kumusha is the father's place, or with the father or the grandfather's birthplace. So it's not like, it's all like the children belong to the man's side. So I do see what they mean when they say.
So then how do you justify, just let's put the money here, right? And then the family name, the totem, the kumusha.
Right.
So we're exchanging. I'm giving her money, and say whatever that's going to come out of you belongs
but
to me.
It's not a pure transaction where you're saying I'm paying for that privilege, right? The money itself is a token of appreciation, saying thank you for allowing me to have a woman in my life that when I have my kids, yes, they're gonna be given my totem, my last name, and my everything, but you're thanking them for that. So, but it's not like a pure business transaction where it's like you're giving me a machine that's gonna make me babies.
Right.
Exactly. Right.
We don't get to choose how we want to honor the parents, how we want to appreciate me taking their child, right? They tell me they need 1,000, they need 2,000, right? But if, for example, if we don't have Rora or something else, if it was up to me, I have to be like, okay, I'm getting a child, right? I have to at least appreciate the effort you made during whatever process, right? And I can choose, I'm so happy she's everything, she can do everything for me. Let me just honor them by giving them, let's say, if it's money, giving them 1,000, right? It's up to me. But why do they have to choose for me?
It's not supposed to be up to you, because you're coming to my family.
Who is appreciating?
I belong to my family. I don't belong to you.
No, you don't belong to anyone, sweetie. You are your own person. You are your own person. You don't belong to anyone.
Not everyone's heart is wired. Intentions. If it was that easy, then everyone would be married. That effort that you put into saying, I actually acquired this. The more expensive something is, I feel like the better most of the times. If you're gonna come, you say 1,000, that's better. Someone is going to bring $1, you say, this is what I have, and this is the appreciation. So are we just gonna say that's okay? Again, if you're worried about your money so much, stay by yourself.
And also,
why did we meet in the first place? Is it because of money?
Why did we the honor? We're not saying it's not about the money. I feel like your focus, most of your focus is how much money you're paying. Whereas most of the times it's not about the money. That's why there's no fixed amount of money you're supposed to pay on this day. If it was like,
Oh yeah.
if it was like, okay, fine,
It's not fixed
for every
because-
girl it's going to be 10,000, then you can say, okay, this is not fair.
You
But
know?
every person is different. Sometimes the money you're gonna pay is not even going to be that much. We gave an example yesterday that some people are getting married with 500. Are you honestly telling me 500? It hurts you so much that you're gonna say, "My way, Mariangu." Really?
When you are entering a new family, be it a business, be it, I don't know, cult, whatever you want to call it, there is some kind of initiation process. There is something that you need to do for you to be formally
Exactly.
called.
Why should
You are
this be
part-
different?
You're part of that.
Why should this
even,
be different?
Right or left?
even churches, even
Where's the heart? Right or left?
That's why he who has found a good wife has found a good thing.
Even
Your money will
churches.
come back eventually.
even churches, right? You can do lessons. For example, you need to read scriptures from Mark to John. You need to understand, and from there you need to pick one which you're going to preach to everyone else on a specific Sunday for you to be called. Like,
So why-
wait, it's just an example. I'm trying to explain the fact that sometimes when you're getting into something new, there is some kind of a process which you have to
Exactly.
do.
You have
for
to
you
give
to be
to
able,
get.
yes, for you to be accepted, right?
Sorry?
Why should I be free then? If okay, fine, let's take it as a business transaction, like you really like naming it to be. Everything else in life you've paid for, but then when you acquire me, I'm supposed to be free because it's love. We're creating our own
Okay,
family.
so
You think you just
You know
said
what?
it's love. You
Wait.
just said it's
Love
love.
is not
Okay,
enough.
okay.
You just said it's
Love
love.
is not
I
enough. We
will- I
don't
will
need
read-
love. I wasn't raised by love
Wait.
only. I wasn't raised by love only.
We
Money
have
is needed for
Yeah, but I didn't ask,
99.9% of
ask
the
your
things we live
parents
in life.
to raise you or to make you.
So if they didn't
Wait.
raise me, where were you going to find me?
You know, wait. And Louis Makumeke said, after investing a lot on their daughters, then you come and take it away from them for free. No, guys, there must be a return on investment.
Okay.
He's
So
I know how you're gonna catch this one. I know you, but you guys are gonna probably say, "Oh, you know what? My parents also invested on me, so what?"
no, not even. I was going to ask you, are you okay with being called an investment?
it's fine
Okay,
because
then.
it is.
Wait. Okay, then. So the way I understand an investment is that an investment must give you returns, right? And these returns should come in profits, right? So
which is marriage. So
Okay.
many profits.
okay,
actually.
okay, all right, yes. So now when those profits come, and then I've taken you, I've taken ownership of you, am I going to start treating you as another investment? Or now
It depends on how you're treating this
or you
investment
become
now.
an end product.
Because at the end of the day, you can't use me the same way you use your phone.
Can you?
Just like every other investment in life is not treated the
Like
same.
you said yesterday, it's okay. I want to say yes, but it will sound rude.
You better not. If you know what's
But the problem now is to have to put a figure to that token of appreciation, because the way I know a token of appreciation, it has nothing to do with what's on the surface. It's something that comes from here. Because when you appreciate, you don't appreciate with your hands or whatever. You appreciate with your heart, right?
Then I have a point.
No. Because someone has done something for you, okay? That you feel, okay, wow, this is. I don't think anyone can ever do this for me. You're appreciating their effort. When you appreciate someone's effort, like I said, it has to come from inside. So no one should tell me the value of what is inside my heart, because I know what's inside, right? And when I look at you and then I say, okay, this is going to be my wife, okay, I'm so grateful to her parents, because you're also going to tell me the journey that your parents went through to raise you. Then I'll start thinking, you know what, all this they did, any other normal person or parent will probably never do it. They did something that's incredible. And I'm going to show them now that I appreciate what you did. And by that, they can judge how good of a husband I am going to be to you, because it's coming from here. But when they tell me, oh, Jimmy paid 10,000, and then I have the financial capacity to pay 10,000, it's not coming from here. I'm just going to do it because you asked me to do it.
Parents are also at ease. My side of the family
And I
are
feel
also
like
at ease,
not-
knowing that my daughter's husband is willing to look for a
Humble
certain
yourself.
amount of money
It's
just
not
so
about
they
you.
can take
This
my
day is
daughter
not
from my
about
family
you,
for you.
to be
It's not,
honest.
you know.
That's just that one day
They
in my
are at
life
ease.
where it's about me.
Imagine
not about you, but
you
now-
are
Supply and demand. One thing I like about Lobola is that there is supply and demand. And I was mentioning there's a video I like that was done by these guys called the Magamba or the Tsaona, whatever these guys are. They have this video where a guy is going to pay Lobola, right? And it's him and this Munyai, who's the best friend right next to him. And when they're about to pay Lobola, at first the girl's family is imposing. They're saying, look, we had the girl's picture, your picture was in the girl's bedroom all this time. So it's like you were in our house this whole time. And they are using that to get as much money as they can from the guy. But as they are talking to the guy, the government sends that announcement that, oh, you can't pay with US dollars anymore. Now you have to use Zim dollars. US dollars are illegal. So it's like that message flipped the whole script. So everybody just like goes crazy, and then the guy and the Munyai just grab the US dollars back, and they're like, well, if you want the US dollars back, right? So now the guy had the advantage. And that's how it is with Lobola, I think. Because like, for example, if the girl's family, as much as they want to be appreciated, if they are talking huge amounts, right? If they are stating like, oh, we need 50,000 US dollars for our girl, and it's just too much even for the guy can just say, look, you want that money, then marry your own daughter, and he can leave. And the other point that I love about Lobola as well is that even after they've all agreed on the price, and even if the amount is still too high, you always hear issues about the guy never finishing Lobola. There are so many guys out there who have not finished their Lobola. Lifelong debt. And you hear that the children and the Mazukuru,
They have to
they have to pay and finish the Lobola.
Yeah.
Right? So, that's how it is.
Yeah, but then just to talk about the lifelong debt, it's this thing will go on for long.
It does.
Right?
It
and
does.
then it will become like he mentioned yesterday, a burden.
Right. But
Right.
the smart guys, what they do, right? There's certain things you have to pay. If you're a guy, there are things that are very important, especially the things that go to the mother-in-law. You have to finish that. And no matter what you do, you have to finish that because those are the most important things.
I was saying, some of the times, not to try to label people or try to think like someone is higher than others, but girls are different.
Classes are different to me.
The classes like grades, they also come in grades just like this, Brazilians and all that. Why are you gonna go for a girl that's up there and still expect not to pay something? If you feel like your money is really important to you, I would suggest Kunanana Mebo. Go there. She's even willing to come for free or
Okay.
$100 US.
Okay.
Do not go to D-Mart if you have money for a tuck shop.
Don't go
Try to live a shopping life. Running out of business.
More traders, eh? Oh, no, that's so I think if that answers everything. So we don't need to talk
No,
about
The whole object, I don't think women belong to anybody, not even the family. Like you cannot say like the
Because they
girl's
gave
family,
birth-
right? They
Okay.
cannot say she's property.
Okay.
But at the same time, we always have to keep in mind that the guy's family, the guy when he's coming to the girl's family, they are appreciating, but they are not. The guy is not getting the girl the same way they are buying an iPhone. The two
Right, because
things
you're
are
part of
different.
the family.
Right.
You're part
You're
of your
part-
family.
you're
You
still
don't
part,
belong to
yeah.
your family.
Right.
You're part of your family.
Right.
When we count, there are 5 people in
Okay.
this
Yeah.
family.
Cool.
We count you amongst those 5 people, right?
Right.
So the moment you give me examples, right? I mean, for the future of this debate,
Right.
if you keep on referring to yourselves as objects, then don't blame us when we start talking like it's a business transaction. Because what does supply and demand mean in a simple economic
In
terms?
simple economic terms, we're talking about, in supply and demand, we're talking about there is a person who's producing, right? And like you said, like you have or you have whoever produced the
TM,
product,
yeah.
TM, they produce the product or they're selling the product, they tell you the price. But if you think the price is too high, either you will agree to pay or you will disagree.
Or you can buy something
You
else.
can buy something else, right?
Right.
So the good thing about supply and demand is that it all comes out to one point where everything meets, where the price is not too high, the price is not too low. It's okay for both the supplier, it's okay for the consumer as well, and they
Okay.
both agree.
Okay.
Not to say that the guy is the consumer.
Okay. Yeah. Well, well, she has a sister, right?
Right.
Or she has a bunch
Right.
of sisters.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So already there is a lot of demand. I mean a lot of supply, right? Yeah. Right. What I want is a wife, because
Right.
because when we start saying supply and demand, we are forgetting what's inside here.
Right.
Right, we're not talking about what you need on the outside. I need a wife. I need someone who can cook for me. I need someone who can
And this is
carry
the
my
part
children,
where I
right?
actually end up coming to your side, because I end up coming to your side because there are some people that will say, "Oh, I have 5 girls, right? I've been blessed with 5 girls. So if I get 20,000 or 30,000 RMB from each of these girls."
Toto wakadanga before watokura.
Exactly.
Guys, this is getting heated. It's just getting out of control. Another one just joined.
Yes, that's Gledmore.
Samane.
Samantha.
For the sake of debate, let's just try and keep our points as points, not factual. Let's not, let's not get, personal with it. Otherwise, we'll lose the whole point of debating about this. Sam.
Okay, so what happens is with this thing of Lobola, and we now comparing with the age that we are in right now, where we have empowered women to such an extent that they now also assume certain roles that they never assumed before. And now, to tell that woman that you are under me and you have to listen to me and you have to do what I'm telling you, and to say a man is the head, that culture of patriarchy, that without a man this thing cannot happen. Women are going against that. So now, the purpose of now paying for such a lady who will tell you we don't want patriarchy. We don't want patriarchy. You see, so nowadays submitting. Back then, our mothers used to do certain things like every house chore and everything. Right now, it will be like, baby, today maybe I'm not feeling well, so you do this.
It's an African culture, right? For me, then that's when I'll have to add in, what do we have as Zimbabweans which distinguishes us from other people? Like what part of our culture do we still have that when you go to someone you can brag about it, or you can just say, okay, fine, I am a Zimbabwean, and then when you're about to get into marriage, this is what we do. What do we have?
You want to say Rora?
What do we have?
You want to say Rora?
No, I'm getting to my point. Do we have
Okay,
anything?
Rora.
Okay, fine.
Rora.
Let's say we do not have anything.
No, we have Rora.
Okay, Rora.
We have, but it's distorted.
Okay, allowed cultural erosion to just come and just erode everything that we have,
Can I
you
also
know,
have something?
to erode everything that we
No.
believed in, right? And just because you guys are saying, okay, now it's you guys now have rights, now you guys will probably cook together in the kitchen, you're not going to be under me, as a result I'm not going to pay Lobola for you, but it's just one thing that we as women in our culture feel like it's supposed to be done because it still represents us as women from Zimbabwe.
Okay.
And then again, there's the point you say things have changed, right? Women as in general have changed. No one is forcing you. I feel like no one has said that. No one is forcing you, right?
Yeah.
Even I myself, my family is not forcing me to get married, right?
Yeah.
If I get to 40 years and I haven't bought anyone to marry me, I'm still going to be their daughter, right?
Yeah.
And if I choose that I want to stay with this man, have kids with him, no one is going to point a gun. Of course, they're going to say a lot, but I can choose to ignore.
Amen.
I can choose to ignore, right?
Amen.
So I feel like now it has reached a point where your choice. If it's important to me and I require for you to marry me, please do that. If you don't want then you can go and I'll look for someone
Thank
who's still
you,
more
thank
that
you,
value.
thank you. You just say that it's your choice, right? So what do your parents have to do in all this
If
thing?
it's important
of us
to
She
me,
being
wants to
together?
still
say
have to.
Yes.
it's her choice.
She says-
It's important
if
to
it's
her.
important to me,
She
then
wants
please
you
do
to
that
pay
for me.
money, whatever you're
Most
gonna call
probably
it.
half the
to
girls
her
who are here in
parents.
China
Okay,
who have
okay.
been eroded don't want to get married.
Okay,
but to me,
thank
I still
you.
feel like to me
Thank you.
it's important
Thank
for
you.
me to,
Thank
to
you.
have
Thank
that
you.
done.
Thank you. Right. So what you're saying is, every woman should have the right to say, my guy should pay Lobola, or my guy shouldn't pay Lobola. I don't want them to pay Lobola. It's up to me
I
what
feel
I
like
want.
it's been like that though.
Right? Huh?
It's been like that.
It's been like what?
Yeah.
It's not a choice.
Because when we talk about our culture says that, like you said before, right? You're appreciating, and who do you appreciate? I don't appreciate you. Okay, I appreciate you, but I appreciate how your family has raised you up to the woman that you are now, right? But you have no say in the process that goes into that, right? The only thing that happens when we are paying Lobola, you said you've attended, right? Once or twice. I think I've gone to twice, thrice, or maybe 4 times Lobola negotiations. The girl or the bride is called, and then they ask her, do you know this guy? Right? And then says, yes, I know him. Right? That's all. And then they ask her to leave.
Prior to the negotiations.
Sorry.
Wait.
We are talking about the negotiations right now. The whole process just happens in a day. It doesn't happen like 2 weeks before. It happens in a day.
It happens 2 weeks before because you're gonna
Sorry.
get a list with groceries. It happens. So
Okay,
we're talking
that's a
prior.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the things that happens is that her family is looking through her eyes and through his perspective, and they are respecting her decision. And that's technically what's supposed to happen.
Okay. Wait.
Mira, let him finish.
And when a family is acting in that way, the Lobola process should work the way it's supposed to. The only problem with Lobola happens when her family, for example, now deviates from looking at her own interests and caring about her, and they think, oh, we have an opportunity to make money here, regardless of what she feels or what she thinks.
The process of Lobola is a beautiful
Right,
thing.
right.
We have made it something else. Change
Right,
Where does it
we
come
have
from?
made it something else. So the idea, and this is why we say that the culture needs to stay there. What needs to be corrected is the
Thank
way
you.
we do things. That's what
But
we
you
need to
put on the
do.
Rora
But the
is
Rora,
bullshit.
it
It's
has
not.
to be there.
All right.
And even
We
before
have
that,
to
we have
have
talked
it.
about this
Yes.
before. Sometimes when you're getting married, and then I know that my guy doesn't have a lot of money, I go to my auntie, you know what, I really want to get married to this guy, but I know he doesn't have a lot of money. So please go to my fathers, please go and talk to them. Tell them they do not, tell them your muzukuru's soon to be husband does not have a lot of money. So when they are charging, please make sure they do not charge a lot of money. So that's why I'm saying prior to the Lobola negotiations, already I would have spoken to my auntie, to my family, telling them that, okay, fine,
No
we're
one is
trying
on
to
your
build a family.
Yes.
This guy does not have a lot of money.
Yes.
So please, when you're charging, bear in mind
And a lot
that
of
this is what
people
we're
do
dealing
that,
with. And
because-
a lot of people do
Yeah.
that.
You say Lobola is part of the culture, right?
Yes.
So if it's part of the culture, which means we are cultural people,
Yes.
we should follow our culture
Yes.
in any perspective of our culture. We should not be selective of our culture, right? So now they have paid Lobola for you. That's part of the culture. And in our culture, you have to go to rural areas and perform all those Aurora rituals.
That happens.
And all those things.
Still happens.
It still happens.
Yes.
I'm not denying that. But I want you to realize that certain things we are now starting to bribe. You see? Because you would do them once, right? It's like, no, since now today I'm in Rora, you are now wearing a duke today. Just because you are going to see my mom and you are now putting on Entaru, what do you call it?
Zambia.
A Zambia, just because you're going to see your mom. But why was Rora a culture that you wanted to be followed? a proper, but you,
but the rest,
the rest you want to
follow.
improvise and like, no, this one you see, it's because
This is where cultural erosion go in. Some of the things have already been erased.
Okay,
so why not
This
erase
one is
Lobola?
You're acting like you haven't changed as well. Because pretty much when we say go marry, you've pretty much had this go to yourself. You've had your way with her. You've done everything, and you still have the
Was it one-sided?
Yeah.
No, it's not like
No,
this one is not
exactly.
supposed to be like that.
Was it
It's
one-sided?
not.
It's
We
not
were
one side.
And the changes that you had to wait for this thing.
This change is
It's more for
affecting
you
us
than
all.
for us, but that's another topic for another day.
And also, one thing one thing that you need to understand is that our family's generation, there are still people who are still very stuck in our cultural beliefs. They believe in that a lot. And me growing up with my parents, with my family, I know what they believe in, and I know what they can take and what they cannot take, and I also know what I'm willing to sacrifice when I decide to say, you know what, I can just go and live with my boyfriend. It doesn't matter if I do not pay Lobola, if my boyfriend does not come and pay Lobola. But for now, we need to understand the fact that our families, our generation, they're still very pretty stuck up on our culture. And if I choose to say, please do this for me because my family is a family which still believes in our culture, then just do it.
My closing statement is.
I think it's better to give both ways.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I got your point about cultural erosion. I think I'm going to focus on that one. So cultural erosion, like you said, we've lost some of our ways. We're only left with Lobola. So why not keep Lobola? That's fine, right? It's fine, let's keep Lobola. But you should know that in the world that we are living in, there are other factors, like political, religion, economic, that contribute to the erosion that we've seen. I mean, the cultural erosion that we've seen. For example, our government now allows a single mom to get a birth certificate on her own without a father. Like all that we've been saying, that when you have a child, the child belongs to the father's family. No, not anymore. So when you get your own child and the father doesn't want to take responsibility, you can go to the Registrar General's office, sign, and that child can take your name. Right? So the moment that has happened, then it means the erosion is already there. You cannot use an excuse that, oh, I'm going to take your name, my child is going to take your name, blah, 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 blah. Because at the Registrars General, you can go and say, I don't want my child to take my husband's name. I want my name to be there.
And Rora is given only to the fathers. So those kids who are born without their fathers, you negotiate the role, which is not cultural.
I'm done.
Closing statement.
I totally understand the fact that you guys are saying Lobola has become a business transaction and people are abusing it, families are abusing it. It is true, but I don't think it should be completely abandoned because of that. We need to find ways to make sure that it's not misused. We need to find ways to make sure that it's not used as a mere business transaction. It is something that we have grown up, like we grew up knowing. It is a part of us, and most women would agree that it gives a certain type of value to them, right? When it happens, when you go and do the whole Lobola thing, you're not only making yourself proud, literally the whole society, they are proud. They look up to you. You're making a name, and you have kids that are looking up to you simply because of that one day whereby people came and met with your family and then they removed a certain amount of money, as you're calling it. So all I can say is we need to find ways to make sure that it's not misused, right? Talk to your guy. Make sure you make it sync to whoever is going to be handling the Lobola situation negotiations. My guy does not have money. I am telling you, you charge him this amount of money, they are working, and I may just work with them, just to make sure that the power or whatever it is you want to call it is not misused.
For me, I would like to say, since we spoke about the cultural erosion, let's realize that certain things that are there in our culture, some of them really, they are unnecessary. We are just doing them because it's culture. So there are so many things that we are doing as part of culture, as part of something, but we don't even know where they came from and how do they benefit. Especially for curtains, that one. When someone dies back home in the urban areas, we take off the curtains, we put on a red cloth on at the gate, and then we take sofas outside and everything. That thing was meant for those sheriffs, the British sheriffs, when they are doing their when they are doing their patrols.
I think I can.
They didn't want people to gather, so they would say, if we see you gathering and that house has got curtains and no red cloth, we arrest you, all of you. So when it's a funeral, make sure take off the curtains. We see what's happening from outside, and you put on a red cloth. So we're keeping that, but we don't even know where it came from. But this is how it was. It was because of those police that were patrolling. So right now, as we go and we are changing stage by stage, certain things, they are good to question. Culture was not questioned. So now when we are questioning, what's the purpose of Lobola? And do we feel bought, or you feel appreciated, or you feel what? Does that man that gave you Lobola feel he has bought you, or he feel he has appreciated your parents? You see, some of you need.
Okay, just now you mentioned that Lobola is about building relationships for my family and my wife's family. And I mentioned that sumo inoti ukama transaction yokudla. However, I believe that as a man, right, I have the responsibility to honor my wife's parents for raising such a beautiful wife to me. I have to honor the parents, right? But however, I have to do it, with, okay, for example, you have a birthday, right? You tell me you want shoes. Right? Or else, which one would you prefer? You tell me you want shoes, or I just, the same shoes you want, I just buy you and give you the same shoes on your birthday. Which one would you prefer? You tell me you want shoes.
I thought we weren't asking questions or.
Okay, ask the camera.
Which one would you prefer?
It's the question for the viewers.
It's a birthday? So whatever. You say you want.
I would prefer the one that I didn't ask for.
Right? Yeah. You always prefer the one you didn't ask for. Why? Right? Because it came from where? Even I would feel so. I would feel happy that, because your reaction would tell that, wow, she's so happy. But if you tell me you want shoes and be like, oh, like, oh, thank you. But if you if I give it. If I give you the same shoes as a surprise, you'll be like, what's this? What did you buy for me? And then open your, wow! The reaction is different.
Great point.
So I would prefer, as a man, I know the responsibility I have. I have to honor your parents. It's a must. I must do it.
It's not questionable.
It's not questionable. I must honor your parents. But from my side, it's better I do it from what? Because I love you. It's from here, right? It's still here. So let everything.
There's no price.
There's no price. Let everything come from what? From my heart.
Yeah.
Right? At least if I pay $10 to your parents, right? And I'm capable of paying maybe 1,000. You can tell the kind of person I am.
Exactly.
Right?
You start questioning.
Maybe you ask me, Alan, why did you or whatever, but you can tell what kind of person I am. Christmas or something, you can tell. So I just believe this.
Thank you.
Next.
No.
Thank you guys for joining us. Subscribe, comment down below. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, don't forget to like, share.
just a tip: never discuss this thing with your fiance or your wife. No, wife is okay. Fiance, okay. Someone you're going to pay Lobola for, because hey, I can feel the eyes. I can feel the eyes.
You talk about culture, guys. There is no culture.